Meanwhile, in Wayne, the Blue Devils and the Wakefield Trojans came together for something bigger than basketball. Teachers from Wayne and Wakefield worked together to hold a fundraiser for the Metlzer family. A few months ago, Chad Metlzer, a high school teacher in Wakefield, was suddenly hospitalized and needed a new heart. On October 10th, that heart transplant finally came. He's recovering well at home. His wife, Susan, also a teacher, but at Wayne Elementary. So both schools thought the matchup between one another would be a perfect night for both communities to raise money to help support the family.
The amount of medical bills and the time off work for both Chad and Susan, they both have not been able to work, obviously. And so just the financial burden that can cause as they're trying to live a normal life. Their kids need to have a normal life. And so it's just one way we can help support them.
Organizers held a free will donation supper before the basketball games, as well as a silent auction. They also sold T-shirts with a design supporting the Metlzers, with some on a blue shirt for Wayne and some on a maroon shirt for Wakefield. The room was filled with people in both blue and maroon, as the family is deeply rooted in both communities.
Two of their kids attend Wakefield and play on the basketball teams, and then they have a younger one that goes to school in Wayne, and then they have an older daughter who graduated from Wakefield. So just the fact that they have touched so many people in both communities is incredible, and it's so great that we can bring everybody to one place.
The fundraiser also raised awareness for organ donation. People could sign up to become an organ donor.